Have you ever thought about your best and your worst boss? Your best boss being the one that validated your ideas and made you feel seen. The one that truly cared about your personal success and growth. Now I want you to think about your worst boss. The one that failed to support you and gave you little to no guidance at all. And ultimately made you dread clocking in. Maybe even pushing you to think about quitting. Did you know that 3 out of 4 Americans feel disconnected from their jobs? This is all because of poor leadership. Leadership styles don't just affect an employee's mood, but it can determine whether an employee loves or hates their job. Now, let's dive into our first leadership style, transformational leadership. Transformational leadership. Transformational leaders inspire their teams to go above and beyond. They do this by encouraging employees to work on their own personal growth. These leaders lead by example. They boost up their employees' confidence, and that then leads to employees being creative and innovative in their work. Transformational leaders provide personalized support to every employee differently, because everybody is their own person and learns in different ways. These leaders recognize that. Now, moving on from an inspirational leadership style, like transformational leadership, we're going to go to our second style that is more of a reward-based system. Transactional leadership. In transactional leadership, we have leaders that use a reward and consequence system. They make it clear that good performance earns rewards, like bonuses, benefits, right? And underperforming has its consequences, like maybe having less hours, things of that nature. Now that we've covered our 2 hands-on approaches, we're going to go to our final style that is quite different. Laissez-faire leadership. In laissez-faire leadership, we have leaders that give their employees freedom to work independently. But they're there if their employees need them, and they need to provide resources for them. This leadership style works well for self-motivated and confident employees, but it doesn't work so well for employees that need clear instruction and need somebody to be on top of them. In conclusion, in transformational leadership, leaders inspire growth and personal success. In transactional leadership, leaders work in a reward-based system. And in our laissez-faire leadership, leaders basically tell their employees, hey, you got this. If you need me, I'm here. Now, it's important that you know that there is no right or wrong leadership style. It all depends on employees, their bosses, the problems they're both facing, or the situations they're both in. Now, you're probably wondering, why is it important to understand leadership styles in the workplace? Well, it's important because it helps you recognize what type of boss you have worked for or are currently working for. Think about the leadership styles that they used. Did you agree with them? I think it's an advantage to know this information for any career you choose to pursue. Now, before we leave, I want you to think about, what kind of leader do you want working above you? Do you want them to use one of the leadership styles that we talked about today, or multiple? I really want you to think about, what kind of leader do you want to be in the future? Are you going to use one or multiple leadership styles?